Artists used many different styles and techniques during the 20th century. Some, like William Nicholson here, continued in a tradition of realistic painting. This is a still life, a collection of inanimate objects which have been selected, arranged, and then painted, which was often a good way for an artist to show off. Here Nicholson shows off his ability to paint different textures. The white tablecloth is matte, the plate shiny, but not as shiny as the bowl which is resting on it. The flowers also catch the light with a different lustre from the bowl. It's so realistic, some people might think it looks like a photograph. Cézanne's still life looks very different, more modern perhaps, even though it is actually about 20 years older. In fact, it's one of the oldest works in Tate Modern. Here, Cézanne is not so concerned with texture, nor in making the objects look real. He is very interested in painting, though, and we can see this has been painted, as the brushstrokes are left clearly visible. He wants to let us know what he is doing. The painting looks unfinished, and people have different ideas about this. Some people think he didn't finish it, while others think this is one of many paintings he completed without covering all the canvas with paint. It is as if he has said enough about the objects in this painting and where they are. There is another important difference. In Nicholson's painting, the plate, bowl and flowers are clearly lying flat on the tabletop. But look at the jug in Cézanne's still life. It is vertical, even though the top of the table seems to slope towards us. It is as though he has moved while painting. He has changed the perspective. We can see the same thing in Picasso's still life. A tabletop which really does slope downwards. And this represents a glass, which really is vertical. Picasso learned the idea of looking at things from more than one point of view from Cézanne, and took it much further. He also plays with different ideas about how to show objects. Although this is a 3D work, the glass is effectively flat, almost like a diagram. More realistic are the slices of bread and salami. They're also made of wood, but unlike the glass, they're painted to look more real. But the most real and important detail is the fringe running along the front of the table. Rather than painting or carving something to look like a fringe, he's actually used a real fringe. This is one of the most important changes in art in the 20th century. Picasso realised that you don't need to represent objects in the way that Nicholson did. You can use the objects themselves. In fact, Picasso says you can represent whatever you like, however you like, using whatever you want. After this, artists could do anything.
If you'd like this series on DVD, priced £29, call 08701 246